Bird Bath Games has announced Atomic Crops, a roguelite farmer simulator that is set to launch in 2020. The developer also announced that the game will be launching exclusively for the Epic Games Store, saying this agreement with Epic allows Atomic Crops to flourish. The game mixes farming with twin stick shooting. Players take over their grandfather's farm, and they need to cultivate their crops and fight for the mutated animals that want to eat their crops. The next free game on the Epic Games Store is Enter the Dungeon, and if you haven't done so far, you can go ahead and download the game and it's yours to keep forever. You have until June 20 to download it, after which Rebel Galaxy will be replacing it. Enter the Dungeon plays similarly with their Binding Isaac, and it is a procedurally generated dungeon crawler that lets players take on enemies inside levels to get difficult over time. And a co-op mode is available for those who wish to play with their friends. World Dand Syndrome is now available in Europe, and Arc System Works and P-Cube have announced the game is available in the said region for players on Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4. World End Syndrome is a visual novel taking place in a town, and the game features characters designed by Blaze Blue-led artist Yuki Kato, and the game let players solve mysteries, and every choice they make will have consequences. Warhammer Vermintide 2 Deluxe Edition is now available for players on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. The Deluxe Edition contains the base game plus all its previously released DLCs, Shadows over Bogenhafen and Block of Viewer's Rack. It also comes with additional premium content such as heroic deeds, tailored mission, character skins, and more. Warhammer Vermintide 2 is developed by Fat Shark and published by 505 Games. The point-and-click adventure game Leisure Suit Larry, What Dreams Don't Dry is out now on PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. Players can get a digital download of the game in North America, and that would be on Nintendo Switch, while in Europe you can get in both Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4. A PS4 release in North America is set for June 18th. The game released for PC back in November 2018 has seen successful sales. If you want to unleash your creativity, then this game is for you. Developer Super Icon has released Plata Go, Super Platform Game Maker, a game that allows you to create levels or even whole games. The game is available on PC via Steam and on Nintendo Switch. And Plata Go Super Platform Game Maker comes with everything you need to create your masterpiece, including the winning creations from the Steam Early Access Community Contest. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus has launched a crossover event with Code Geass in anime series. The event features an original story from the series' 20th episode and stars the original series principal characters Lelouch, Cece, and Kalin and Suzaku. The Code Geass crossover event runs now until June 26th, and Grand Blue Fantasy Versus previous crossover include Persona 5 and Detective Conan. Mediatonic has announced its new game Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, and it is set to launch for PC and PS4 in 2020. Fall Guys features obstacles courses from popular TV game shows like racing through doors, stealing and keeping tails, and more. The game also features a blob-like characters as well as a very colorful environment. Mediatonic is planning to support around 30 mini games as well as up to 100 players at once. Atlus is set to release a Persona 5 Royal in Japan on October 31st, 2019, and the developer has released an update trailer showcasing some updates to its gameplay. The update will touch on combat as well as Joker's grappling hook, and the trailer also showcases a new collectible item found in the palaces, a skull that has combined with other skulls which players can collect to create an accessory, and the game is set to launch in the West next year. Starbound has received its 1.4 update, which lets players become bounty hunters. Called Bounty Hunter, the update brings peacekeepers to Starbound, which will also allow players to join its rank and work to fight various criminal gangs. Players will collect bounties along the way, and as they do, they get to be promoted within the Peacemaker ranks, and in return, they earn new rewards. The update also adds 50 elemental monster variants. There won't be a co-op play in the Avengers in the game's campaign. The main story missions in the game's campaign can only be played in single player. Side missions, however, can be played in a 4-player co-op as well as in solo. And the Avengers will also be live service, however, it will be narrative focused. And future heroes in region are free, and a microtransaction will mainly be for cosmetics only. The Avengers will launch on May 15, 2020. Our feature deal for today is a Japanese-style role-playing action RPG game from Bandai Namco Games called Tales of Berseria. You can get the best price for the game with us now for €5 compared to Steam, that's €49 and 99 cents. You will also save up to 90% on your City Key purchase if you get this game today through our trusted stores. And to check more of our deals, simply type !deal in the stream chat now and go to allkeyshop.com to compare City Key prices and get the best deal for your money.
Luigi's Mansion 3 developers were bearers of great news at E3 2019 when they said that players are to expect much better bosses and puzzles in this, the third installment of the Luigi's Mansion series. The developers also admitted to wanting to remake a lot of the bosses in the prequel and Luigi's Mansion 3 is a golden opportunity to see the boss ideas implemented. The game is expected to be released in the fourth quarter of the year for the Nintendo Switch.
You want to leave. The other guests certainly don't plan to move on. They're ghosts after all, and they're rather aggressive. Simply scare them with the strobe bulb, then suck them up. Luigi's new Poltergust G00 has the powerful suction capabilities required.
We're rich! Oh, we are going to the major leagues, Jackie!
Cyberpunk 2077 developers have confirmed that players will not be able to pilot flying cars in the game. In the game, there are flying cars present to add to the aesthetic appeal of the game and to complement the era in which the game is set, but only rounded vehicles are usable. According to the developer, there will be moments when the protagonist is in the flying vehicle, but those scenes are story focused. The game is due out on April 16th, 2020 for the Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Insurgency Sandstorm, the amazing hit indie first-person shooter game by New World Interactive, will be receiving even more free content this month. Also, if you have not already tried the title, this weekend will be ideal as the game will be free to play from June 20th until June 24th. For this limited period, you can fight among the players of the huge Insurgency Sandstorm community and indulge in the game's immersive, team-based, high lethality gameplay. Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers producer and director Naoki Yoshida hosted a letter from the producer live stream which detailed some post-launch plans. The presentation also included a new dungeon walkthrough video brandishing some of the dungeons included in Shadowbringers. The video also provided viewers with a first look at the Titania Trial Battle and High Level Raid. Eden Patch 5.0 drops on the 16th of July, while Patch 5.05 launches on July 30, 2019.
That's Vorthree. Sin Eaters are part of Yulmor's society.
A new Stalker 2 is currently being developed with GSC Game World once again behind it. This was announced last year, but there was not anything noteworthy announced for a while. Development of the game came to a halt in 2012, and now it is good to see the process resume. However, the developers clarified that they have not just simply resumed the process, as Stalker 2 is a new project that will reflect all the best ideas the company has. Not much was revealed beyond that, so much of Stalker 2 remains a mystery. Bandai Namco and CyberConnect revealed some gameplay of their collaborative Dragon Ball Z project, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, as part of their E3 presentation. At said presentation, viewers learned that there will be 7 vast regions to explore as Goku. It is nice to see this implemented, even though the game does not wear the sash of a traditional open-world title. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot will be available for PS4, Xbox One, and PC early next year. Mortal Kombat 11 is getting a Combat League as seen in a gameplay trailer shared by Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment and NetherRealm Studios. The league will have an all-new seasonal ranked mode, and players are able to compete against other players online to get exclusive rewards. The ranked matches have 9 tiers. Also, the Combat League will make sure that players are equally matched with their opponents. The Mortal Kombat 11 Combat League is a free update for those who own the game. Borderlands 3 creative director Paul Osage confirmed that Tiny Tina will be coming back to the game and will be fighting alongside the Vault Hunters. Tiny Tina was a character that we came across with in Borderlands 2 and instantly fell in love with. She was just 13 years old. Borderlands 3 is set years after that game, and Tiny Tina is no longer that tiny and is able to fight side by side with the Vault Hunters. Borderlands 3 is set to launch on September 13th, 2019, available for PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Stadia. Skyrim's new mod, which is called Religion, has been overhauled to 3.0, and it will change how you are interacting with the gods of Tamriel. The overhaul comes with a new god called Ancient Spirits, as well as the 13 constellations. The system is very deep, having more blessings and curses. Players must worship the gods enough in order to get gifts from them. Ask for gifts soon enough and you might annoy the gods. Instead of blessing you, you might get cursed. The new mod is still in beta access. A kind of remastered version of Metal Gear Solid, the Twin Snakes, had been made available all thanks to the ESR GAN AI enhanced texture pack by Topher Gopher 1. This is actually available for the Nintendo GameCube, so what that means is that the game can only be played on PC using a GameCube emulator. The pack is still in its beta version, so you will probably see a lot of bugs and glitches like graphical issues regarding textures or even bigger fonts than usual. A new expansion map for Ark Survival Evolved has been announced by Studio Wildcard, and it is a free downloadable update for the game. The map offers a 63 square kilometer area having breathtaking landscapes and exotic biomes. New encounters had also been added, which are boss arena battles, cave networks, mysterious ruins, and the new dinosaur called the Deinonychus. This new map will first come to PC. The console release for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One will be by next month, July. Our featured deal for today is an action fighting 2D game from Capcom called Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. You can get the best price for the game with us now for €4.23 as compared to €39.99 on Steam. You will save 89% on your City Key purchase if you get this game today through our trusted stores. To check out more of our deals, just type !deal in the stream chat now. Go to Allkeyshop.com now and compare City Key prices and get the best deal for your money.